So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of the Jupiter transit in Cancer, its exaltation, but in the Navamsha chart. You want to get much more accurate results of the transit? It is the Navamsha chart that is really going to show you the dynamics of dynamics of transit. For example, like I'm doing my monthly horoscopes on Kapiel vlogs. But this time, guess what I'm doing? My monthly horoscopes are actually based on your Navamsha ascendant, and you can see the accuracy. Actually, one of the accuracy was actually proven today. Just proven today. Although I've been testing it for a long while, but it just, when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be making this for Kapiel's vlogs, I'm like, yeah, I'm just looking at somebody's ascendant and I'm like, oh my God, this happened. So that's gonna be on Kapiel's vlogs. I already uploaded Aries. I'm gonna do Taurus, Gemini today. So within the next 2-3 days, all of that is up. So why is it that Jupiter in Navamsha is important? Because Navamsha kind of like compiles the more tighter view of your karma. You know, it's kind of like looking through a binocular and seeing the details of your face instead of just trying to, from far, trying to draw what is happening with you. It's only when I looked closer with the binocular I could see that there's actually a butterfly on your side. There's a mosquito on this side. And you have some like sweat coming onto this left side. So I can see all the details. That's what the Navamsha is. And so what happens is Jupiter is right now exalted in the sign of Cancer. It's going to go retrograde by November 13th. Okay, and then by December, it's going to go back into the sign of Gemini in Punarvasu Nakshatra. So people who are thinking that, hey, well, will this Jupiter benefit me? I'm going to show you how it's going to benefit you. So what you want to do is this. You want to look at the second lord and 11th lord of your birth divan chart, like your main birth chart, your horoscope that you all know. Look at the second lord of that. Look at the 11th lord of that. And see if Jupiter especially is going over those particular lords in your D9 Navamsha chart. So for example, let's say you're a Gemini ascendant. Moon and Mars are going to be controlling your second and 11th house of your birth chart in your main chart. Now, in Navamsha, let's say Moon could be in the sign of Sagittarius, or let's say Moon could be in the sign of Capricorn, or Moon could be in Cancer, and Mars might be in Capricorn. So now what's happening is Jupiter is going over your moon in Cancer and Navamsha and looking at Mars in Capricorn. Okay? Because those two planets are the lords of your second house of your accumulated wealth and 11th house of your monthly income, your incoming gains. And when this happens, this is where Jupiter now increases that. So yes, economy, you can say, is tight right now around the world. Right? Gold is going up. Oh my God. And now it's retracting back. Of course, it's going to retract back because Jupiter is retrograde. But that doesn't mean that gold is okay with this going to wither down. What did I say in my 2022 reading of Jupiter? Gold is going to rise and it's going to rise till 2020, literally 7. Okay. But my whole thing is, if you want to know if you're going to be getting a promotion, because if somebody's going to be getting a promotion regardless of the economy, somebody's going to be getting visas regardless of the economy. And I don't care if H-1B visa is $1 million for a company to subscribe to. If you're meant to be in United States at a particular time, come hell or high water, you will be. So don't ever look at the fact that, oh my God, there's all this bad stuff happening. I wonder if I have a chance. If your chart shows there's a chance, there's going to be a chance. So this is why you will see that out of nowhere, a person will suddenly get some gains or promotions, because promotion is what? Is like increase in your money and increase in your income. So especially when Jupiter goes over 11th lord is the most strongest. Aspect is 60% strong. It's not 100%. So you do get some form of increase in your life. Okay, so am I recording, testing? So I'm going to show you here actually. What is it that I'm talking about? Because I know some of you are not going to be, you know, having the ability to, verbally understand what I'm saying because you might be new to astrology. So let me share a chart with you. Uh, right there. So let's just say this is a chart, just an ABC example. You see who's the second lord? Venus. This is your birth chart. And then your Navamsha, this D9 chart, which again you will see in the report from option 6 on my website. Literally, it's known as D9 chart. Look at Venus, where it is. The number 4 sign is the sign of Cancer. It is the second lord. Okay? So Jupiter currently is going in Cancer in the birth chart. That means you put the same Jupiter over Venus. So this person most definitely going to gain wealth, money, luxury. Okay? Whether it's on a small scale or big scale, but one will gain. Obviously, if this was a real chart I was looking at, I would have told this person your real wealth only happens after marriage. After marriage, you start to prosper because they are movable ascendant, but specifically, Venus, the seventh lord, is in the 10th house of the karma of the Navamsha, while Moon, which is the cash flow of money, is in the ascendant of the Navamsha. Being in Parivartan Yoga with Venus shows that their entire life and karma will awaken through the spouse coming in their life. Okay, and especially if you see in the Navamsha, seventh lord is in the seventh house. So wait a second. Why am I doing a reading or like teaching you something? I need to talk about transit. Anyway, so this is Jupiter. Now, let's say 11th lord Saturn. So here's Saturn. Saturn is in the sign of Sagittarius. So naturally, Jupiter is not going to help right now. Jupiter should be helping this person while it was in Gemini, looking at Saturn, who's the 11th lord. Or when Jupiter moves back into Gemini retrogression after December 18th, then it's going to start looking at Saturn. That's when the gains truly help, but it's not going to help so much if Jupiter was actually transiting over Saturn in Sagittarius. Right? So right now it's in Cancer. That means literally it's 6 years away. 2025, so 2026, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2031, when Jupiter goes over this person's Saturn, who's the 11th lord of the birth chart, will they suddenly find a big gains come in their life? Like second house really will represent valuables, fixed assets, or even if this income that you're making right now. Okay. So whatever income that you're making, you're going to be able to save that particular income. It doesn't have to increase. So Jupiter says, I know you were having a hard time, saving, but may not be able to increase your money, but I'm going to help you save more. Maybe when Jupiter is going over the second lord in the Navamsha, you might actually get more money from tax return. So you're getting money, especially if Jupiter is also impacting the eighth lord of the birth chart in the Navamsha. So this is how you will look at it. So hopefully this has made sense. So you want to check this, and of course, you want to make sure that you have a correct Navamsha ascendant. Because remember, when you look at some of these apps, they're not going to internally calculate the DST time. You have to manually put it in. And sometimes some countries have changed their DST time 2 or 3 times in the past 100 years. So unless you can clearly see what is the latest DST time that they have calculated with, and you can put that, okay, fine, you'll get the proper, correct Navamsha ascendant. But if not, this is why I use Parashara Light for its accuracy. And obviously, if you want to see how what your Navamsha is, you can go to karasastrology.com under shop section with option 6, which will give you your Navamsha chart pretty on the first page or second page. And you'll know what your Navamsha is. But especially also, regardless of what the Navamsha is, you simply want to look at the fact where the second and 11th lord is. Now, what about the other lords? So if Jupiter goes over the ninth lord of your birth chart into the Navamsha chart, your luck will rise related to where the ninth lord is placed in your birth chart. So let's say ninth lord is in the sixth house. Jupiter is currently transiting your ninth lord in Navamsha. What is it going to do? It's going to help you give you luck towards clearing your debts, enemies, obstacles, health issue, and increase your work. Because there is the Artha house. So luck may not have to be always to do with money or winning a lottery. Okay, like for example, your ninth lord is in the fourth house in the birth chart. And Jupiter is going over your ninth lord in the Navamsha. That means either it's going to be in a water sign or sign of Capricorn. If it is things concerning your home, your fixed assets, your vehicles will suddenly give you luck. Like for example, you were looking for a car loan, but you just kept getting rejected. You weren't getting the proper interest rate, this and that. And suddenly, while Jupiter is now going over your fourth lord or ninth lord of luck, who's in the fourth house in the birth chart, suddenly you get a letter that, hey, we have this and this percentage of loan, even if your FICO score or your credit score is bad. And it'll be like, whoa, Christmas came early. And then what happens is you call them and they're like, yeah, we can get you this loan, There you go get your car. So this is how you want to understand this part of the wealth and luck. Okay, literally you can see so many things with this. Like, for example, Jupiter is right now exalted. It has its highest state. If Jupiter is going over the seventh lord in your Navamsha, okay, either prospect of promotions happen, you can get mass fame, or you can actually run into somebody in your life that you may actually end up marrying. But this does not mean that this is going to fit 100% of people, because some people are meant to meet people late in life, meant to get married late in life, may not even be meant to get married at all. So don't think that this is going to be like, oh, great, this is happening. For that, you have to actually in detail look at the chart. And I've always said this, that don't forget the Trimurti of transit or analyzing a chart. First, you analyze the D1. Then you go to D3 to see the motivation of the planet and the strength of the planet and the valor of the planet. What is it that the planet is motivated to do? Is there something that you have to do, or you're already blessed from your past life karmas through Dreshkan? Then you move into the Navamsha, that okay, this is going to be the final say of the planet, and this is going to be the fruits that are coming through the tree that is growing in the Dreshkan. This is why I have said, even on my Keras vlogs, wealth you can see definitely from the D3 chart. Someone's going to have a good wealth, decent wealth, amazing wealth, or maybe no wealth. Okay, and that's why I even asked that question on D3 chart. Let me know if you want to know your potential of wealth. Okay, but and also, if let's say, for example, Jupiter is going, so you know your ascendant, right? Your birth chart ascendant. See where the birth chart ascendant lord is in the Navamsha. When Jupiter goes over the birth ascendant in the Navamsha, it will suddenly bring solution to your health issues and your health problems. And Jupiter especially, you will see, going over the ascendant lord in the Navamsha chart actually is a main triggerer of somebody meeting their potential partner in a relationship or even for marriage. Because it is increasing your visibility for the seventh lord. You suddenly become visible for that other person. Fine, you're looking for other people, right? You're desperately looking for other people, but they're not looking at you. Now Jupiter puts his floodlight on you. Say, hey, everybody, recognize them. And suddenly, let's say you're online on some dating or matrimonial website and your profile comes up. Okay, hey, who is this person? Interesting. I've never seen them before. I was searching for the same type of person. Let me click on that. So there's these different things, and I even said that one of the best books was the Navamsha Nadi Astrology, that really tells you the depth of why Navamsha chart. Now, of course, I'm not going to be discussing here 64th Navamsha or 22nd Dreshkan. Okay, that's I don't dive into that at all for anything. Okay, but this Jupiter, especially right now with being exalted, if you really want to know if Jupiter is going to be bringing you money or not, you want to make sure you check 2nd and 11th Lord in the Navamsha. When Jupiter goes over it, it will bring gains. But depending upon how well they're placed in Navamsha, either gain is going to be this much or gain is going to be this much. That's how you can determine these particular things. Okay, but remember, I'm going to be putting your Navamsha monthly horoscope on Keras Vlogs by today, tomorrow, and but before Thursday, you will have all the 12 ascendants of the Navamsha and their predictions. All right, thank you.